Okay, back to Remembrance of the Cousin. Continuing on with Valley Fair. I was just thinking how I had just talked about previously about my cousin being on this Viking ship uh, ride at Valley Fair where he was going upside down, which I'm sure he enjoyed a lot. And like he might have been disappointed that I didn't go on there with him. I don't know, maybe not, but possibly because it's usually more fun to do things with someone else rather than by yourself. So he might have been possibly disappointed that I didn't want to go on there with him, maybe. Uh, I'm wondering if this next ride that I'm talking about, maybe this happened first and I was too traumatized by it, and that's why I didn't want to go on any more rides, especially if I might have been scared of them. Because me and my cousin, we went on a roller coaster, and I'm pretty sure this is the only roller coaster I've ever been on my whole life. I'm not the kind of person who enjoys going on roller coasters. Maybe if I had enjoyed this roller coaster, I would have gone on other roller coasters, but I did not enjoy this roller coaster experience. Um, Especially like many years later, I had read about uh, someone. I'm not sure how many times I've heard about this type of thing, but at least once I read about this happening where someone had gone on a ride. It wasn't like even I don't think it was even a roller coaster. It might not have been a roller coaster, but it was a ride that was, and I'm not sure where it was. It was probably some other different kind of fair ground where roller coasters are, or those types of things where someone is on a ride where they're up really high, and I guess something went wrong with the whatever was holding this person in the ride, and they fell from very high up and they died. So just thinking about that just scares me, like the just thinking about the possibility of being in a ride and like whatever's holding you in, either you didn't secure it properly or there was some kind of malfunction with what was holding you in, and you fall and you die. That's a very scary thought. So the ride we went on, the roller coaster we went on, me and my cousin at Valley Fair, all the way back in the 80s. I don't know if it's still there. Maybe it's not. Maybe it doesn't exist anymore. But it was called the Corkscrew. I don't know. I don't think I even knew what a corkscrew was. Like what it was being named after, like a screw, like how a screw is made, how it's like spiraling, kind of that kind of spiral. Uh, at the time, I didn't know what I was getting into. I'd never even been on a roller coaster, so I didn't know what it was going to be like. Uh, so I remember we there was a really long line I remember waiting a long time. A lot of people were waiting to get on this ride. And then when we finally got there, so we go on this roller coaster. And I remember how it started out. We are just like slowly going up and then just seeing like it's like looking over a cliff. Like being up like really high and then just going down, like accelerating and just that feeling of just going down the roller coaster was just a scary feeling. So I remember being scared about that, and then I guess we were just going around like a corkscrew, and I remember just like being up that high and looking down, just that the vantage point from up there, and then at one point, well, I know I was yelling, I was yelling just from being freaked out. I'm sure other people were yelling too. It wasn't just me. And I was just like tensing up and like I even like I had closed my eyes and my cousin might have said, "Hey, open your eyes." And or I just opened my eyes on my own. He probably said, "Hey, open your eyes." Probably because he was probably having fun. It's funny how two people can have the same experience but have they can be experiencing the same thing but have completely opposite reactions to it. I'm sure that's probably what was going on. He was probably having a lot of fun, yelling in excitement, and I was just yelling from being scared. So he probably told me, "Hey, open your eyes," because he probably saw what was coming. I opened my eyes, and we're upside down. I'm looking down at water. Kind of scary for me in a couple ways. Um, just the craziness of looking. I'm looking up. I'm looking up. Okay, I'm looking up at water, but because I'm upside down, I'm actually looking down at water. Weird to explain, but so that and so for me it was scary because of the height, the situation, the roller coaster situation, and like looking down at water. I don't know how deep the water was, but I can't swim. I couldn't then, and I still can't. So water has a certain effect on me. So it's scary, especially considering what I'm going to be talking about later in these videos. I have, or I definitely have I definitely have had in the past a fear of water, which I feel is justified with what I'm going to be talking about later in these videos. Water has definitely had a significant impact on my life. So just the very idea that I was upside down from a very high height, looking down above me at water. Kind of fun though. It was kind of fun, but like some people like I've heard some people say like they people like to be scared, like watching scary movies. Like I don't like to be scared, but I guess like as long as you know you're gonna be okay in the end, that type of being scared. But like just like being terrified, like that's not fun to be stressed out like that, like so scared that you're just like you're shaking and you can't sleep with Like, you have to have the lights on when you're trying to sleep. Like, I don't like to be that scared. So I try to stay away from the really scary movies. Um, I think just a couple more things about Valley Fair. So it would be understandable if, like, after having gone on this corkscrew roller coaster, then maybe after that I was like, okay, I'm not going on any more rides. Maybe that's why I didn't go on the Viking ride, the Viking ship going upside down. Possibly. But I think I probably remember after having gone on the corkscrew roller coaster, I probably felt like a maybe a dizziness. Like many years later, uh, I had gone on with my girlfriend at the time. I had gone on because there was like a little fair in my hometown, and a much smaller fair, and we had gone on a ride. I think it was called the Tilt-A-Whirl, but we were in this. Me and my girlfriend, we had gone on this ride where we're in this like car kind of thing. This like I don't know what else to call it, like a car. It wasn't like a car, but like we were enclosed in this circular thing, and then we were spinning, and we were like on this thing where other people were spinning, and that was spinning, and I remember not liking that experience because afterwards it was like it felt like my head was just had been shaken up, and it just felt really sick, kind of like a dizziness, but I just felt like I was so shook up. So I felt sick after that ride. I've not gone on too many rides in my life. I've tried to stay away from them because they make me feel sick. So, but back to Valley Fair, like after this corkscrew roller coaster, I think I probably felt a little sick, but I think it was probably more like a nauseous feeling. Like I felt like I was gonna throw up. I don't think I did though, but I think I felt kind of sick to my stomach, which I've heard that some people do when they go on rides. They sometimes throw up after experiencing that, sometimes during it. That would be horrible. If you're on a ride and someone else gets sick and they throw up and you get vomit on you. Ooh, I'm sure that's happened a lot. Can I talk about this in 2 minutes or should I stop and make another video? It's already at 13 minutes. I guess I'll stop.